What's up, guys? Mr. Knows Hoops back today with another video, and today we are going to be discussing Jaime Jaquez Jr. of the Miami Heat, one of the more underrated rookies of his class at this point, just because of how well he's been performing given the situation, giving you about 14, 4, and 3, which all things considered, right? I mean, having to step up when Jimmy Butler's been hurt, Caleb Martin's been this team's been riddled with injuries. So for Jaime to already be stepping up and performing like he is a big deal. And before we get into anything more, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let's hit 600 before the end of the month. We're literally like 14 away. I know we can do it. I want to try and get 1K before the end of the year. Don't forget to join the Discord in the description. We've been watching games in there, talking all the time. Go ahead and join. And without further ado, let's get into what's been making Jaime Jaquez so valuable to Miami Heat. The first thing I want to talk about is him as a scorer, right? So Jaime here is going to push the ball up the court, fighting. Beautiful job here of stopping and having basically Marcus Morris just push himself forward and then just forces a really tough shot right in the patience here by Jaquez because he knows the way Marcus Morris is as a defender. He's a very, aggressive defender. So he's jumping already, trying to get at the ball. Tough finish. You could argue, right, if he wasn't a rook, that's an and one most likely in a lot of cases. Right? And they love running these little screen actions too with Jaquez, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. And again, his ability here gets the spin on Oubre, which I think is very impressive because the way he sort of leans his body in, it helps Oubre think, I'm committing to this action. I'm committing to going to my right, and instead spins around with the left shoulder. And that's just a beautiful finish, right? Jaquez's ability to finish at the rim has been really good considering, again, this is a rookie. And again, Jaquez seems to love to do some backdoor cuts when he can, right? So he sits here, right around the dunker spot, flashes back, defense closes out on the cutter. At this point, he just gets the inside advantage. Beautiful layup. This is the kind of stuff that Jaime is bringing to this team while people like Jimmy are hurt, right? And again, pump fakes gets Javon Carter to buy in. And this here is a shot where it's a tough shot, right? Tough finish. I don't know necessarily that's the best shot in the world, but you also only have 3 seconds. So that the fact that you have a rookie that you could give the ball to and know that he can create at least something. And I love that he doesn't shy from contact. He literally goes in head first. Now, is that always the best move? I don't think so, because we're going to see here in a second, right? He's trying to post up Patrick Williams, right? And you have Drummond in there. I don't think that's necessarily the best shot, right? But the reason I show this is, and I'm sure someone in the comments, if they're a Heat fan, is going, but Emster, he's a rookie. Exactly. All I'm trying to show is that this kid's still human. I'm not sitting here and saying that this kid's an all-star caliber player already. All I'm saying is that, right, just the play before we saw that he was able to not shy from contact. Tries to create a little bit of a separation for Duncan Robinson. Gets the post up here. And I think the reason he has this is that he's hoping that Drummond is going to pull off. But he doesn't, right? So at that point, he gets stripped by Patrick Williams and the play keeps going, right? So again, as a third to fourth scoring option on this team, maybe fifth some nights if, if they're really hit, if Caleb Martin's really hitting. The fact that the Heat were able to get this at the 18th pick is insane. Jaime has been nothing short of remarkable for this team for what he's been asked to do. Again, Jimmy's been hurt and he stepped into the starting role with no issues. And now I want to talk about Jaime Jaquez, passer, the playmaker. I don't think he's an incredible passer or playmaker before we get into it. But I do think he's a little underrated because he makes the read that you really need. Which, again, for a rookie, you don't always necessarily know. So let's get into that, right? Boom, Lowry gets the tip. Goes over to Kyle. AD and Max Christie at this point completely commit to Jaquez possibly rolling towards the rim. And instead does this beautiful pass out to Tyler Hero wide open in the corner for a 3-ball. Again, his ability to recognize, instead of being like, I can take this, right? Because, again, Jaime is a tougher finisher at the rim, not, some Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Giannis level of like 70% at the rim. But He knows he can finish, right? Instead, again, forces Max Christie and AD to pull into the restricted area of the paint. Wide open, Taurean Prince just too slow to get there. Wide open three. Those are the types of plays you want from a rookie, right? Kyle Lowry, boom, picks the ball. Kevin Love, right? Jaime working in. This right here is, again, this is how you know this kid's meant for a team like this, right? Boom, gets his inside footing, sees Kevin Love as he's spinning around. And at that point, it's just Austin Reeves, because obviously Taurean Prince is still attached to Jaime. And at this point, Kevin Love just goes up with it. Again, beautiful read from almost going out of bounds, right? Bam here forces a steal. One more over to Jaime. And this, again, it's just the reads he makes are so good. It's just, again, right? So as everything's slowing down, right? Jaime is kind of filling in his lane over here, right? Because Austin Reeves tries to force a charge too. Now, at this point, you have AD, Bron, and Austin Reeves all sort of committed over to him. And the second that, I believe that's Cam Reddish, literally looks over, Jaime already knows, okay, Tyler can get a shot up. And then he does. And again, it's just that ability to stop, slow the game down, and make the right read that is nothing short of like impeccable and needed, right? So again, gets a PNR here from Bam. Waits, right? And again, what I think is so interesting is Jaime waits for the defense to get closer to him before he kicks. And again, I know what you're probably saying, but Emser, that's obvious, whatever. We also have to remember, guys, these are, again, rookies who are used to a certain type of basketball, especially, for someone like Jaime Jaquez playing, the NCAA. It's not the same, right? So for him to know and have that patience, it's the same thing as when he goes up against the rim, right? He waits until he knows he can get something up that actually would make sense. So again, pumps, right? Bron's already over at this point by Jaime, right? Sort of gets lost. Jason Richardson wide open, 3-ball. That's a great play, great read in the fourth, right? Pushing the ball up. AR is trying to push onto him. They're trying to signal Hero over. Gets the ball down to Kevin Love. And this is something I wanted to talk about. And part of the reason is, one, obviously it's like, but Emster, this is the kind of weak it sits, and that's fine. But it's just something I noticed while watching film of Jaime and how the Heat kind of run their offense when he's on the floor. Is they love to get him in an action where there's a man in the mid game, and he immediately runs to the opposite side to almost let that guy ISO, which Kevin Love does and makes the three, which I think is really interesting. Just because, again, right, it's the faith in that mid-range shooter / the way that Jaquez kind of moves. He's always moving as if he can cut. So at that point, you're forcing the defense to respect him as a cutter, and therefore not going to then just go, well, this midi can be really tough if I help off. You can't do that. So I think, again, Jaime's already given his worth to this team tenfold, considering he's giving you about 50% from the field too, 35 from three on about 3 a game, which, by the way, are good numbers, and about a steal a game, which gets us into our final point about this video, which is going to be about Jaime Jaquez, the defender. I mean, this part, I don't know if we should be as shocked. This is Heat culture. Shout out to Karma and Dream Hoops from the Discord. Big time Heat fans. And again, the defense of Jaime, I love because, again, it's just the effort and intensity he brings more than anything else, right? So Jaime, a lot of times, too, will take a primary ball handler, right? So he closes in on his man. And as he's sitting down, right, he's waiting. And if you notice, he notices where Victor's looking. And he's kind of like, okay, is he really going to pass this? And the answer is he's going to try. But he's moving weird. The pass is weird. And boom. Jaime cuts in front of it, right? leans forward for it, and he reads it perfectly. You already see his hands going out. He's already prepared. And at this point, too, I believe that's Julian Champagne or Keldon Johnson. At this point, he was already like, oh, yeah, we're back. Nope. Jaime's already down to the other end, going to get a dunk. Right. It's just beautiful. And again, right, he's sitting on to Zach Collins because he understands the way that the Spurs want to play. They want to get Collins a post touch. Boom. Deflects it off of him, and the offense is able to start generating for the Miami Heat. Again. So again, right, what I just love here, too, is his ability to sit, right? Fights off this pick pretty easily. And again, it's the regaining of ground, right? He tags Drummond to make sure that Kevin Love's back. Gets back onto my man, Ayo Dosunmu. Right, tries to kick it back out to him. Now, yet his hand was active there, as you notice, right? He was ready as if like he had to try and get a steal, which shows me that he's actively looking even when he's on someone else. And again, using his frame on Ayo here, boom. Forces the tough, pick off the ball. Boom, pushes it forward. Offense is going. And then this block coming up here, I just found very impressive, right? This is Karl-Anthony Towns, a guy who's like 6'10", 6'11". Boom. Nope. And then comes back down, right? Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Boom. It's the pace. Again, to me, if I had to use one word to describe what's made Jaime Jaquez so great so far, it's patience. He has excellent patience. He's more than willing to wait for the right moment to attack on both ends of the floor. This, guys, is a piece that I think the Miami Heat are more than happy to have acquired. And I think that this kid is going to be something really good for this team. Like, this is a staple piece to me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Jaime Jaquez is a player that's here to stay? Do you think he's just having a nice little start and it might fizzle out? As always, guys, this is Mr. Knows Hoops. Don't forget to do a like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the time and love and support you guys have given me. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. This was Mr. Knows Hoops. Peace out.